this is SP. Welcome back to Tales of the Surp. I have a friggin' summer cold, if you can't tell, so sorry if I'm sniffling and sneezing around a little bit. But nevertheless, this is the infamous GP-5, or I believe it's the SHM-62. Don't quote me on that. I believe U stands for Ukrotchine, or Ukrotchine. I'm not really good at speaking Russian. I wished I was. I might try better. Uh, I'll have to ask the girlfriend how to pronounce that. But this is a shortened, basically, system compared to I think the SHM-41, which was the older Soviet, like 50s mask. Same kind of latex, butyl style hood. Same kind of Tissot system that's supposed to clear the eyepieces. Uh, Same kind of flap valve at the bottom. Now, these masks, in my opinion, are very cool for what they are. However, are they a good mask to protect yourself with nowadays? Well, they're GOST threaded, first of all. Yeah, and these seem like a screaming deal. What are they, like $25 now for a set, and you get the shoulder bag too? Sounds like a screaming deal. Problem is, these are GOST threaded. Most filters that are safe, we'll get to the filter in a bit. Most filters that are safe in America are NATO spec filters. They're both 40 millimeter. And yes, some NATO filters have enough tolerance in them that they will make contact with the seal O-ring. You can see it in there. And they will seal effectively. I've had this happen on some. It's a crapshoot. That's the problem. The plastic ones seem more likely to flex and seal. I wouldn't put my life on it. There's a store that sells a really well-made chemical-grade nylon adapter for like $35 where you can use on any GOST mask and safely, effectively use NATO filters. And I would go that route, in all honesty. I have some GOST filters that are in date, but they're like medium-level threat filters, so they're not like Russian. I think they're civilian. And they're... yeah, it's easier just to get something with a NATO thread. But I mean, the adapter on these are fine, but you're going to spend as much money, basically, as you would if you just got like a friggin' one of the Israeli M4A1 masks, which I don't really care for. I actually don't have an M4A1 mask right now, or I forget, is it MA14? I forget how their mask does. The Israeli civilian mask, you know what I'm talking about. It has the big fucking eyepieces. It looks like a Draeger Simplex that's been refined a little bit more in a lot of ways. But back to the mask. Yeah, the GP-5, it worked well. The Soviet Union made as many masks as they could for their population, and this was the choice for their civilian masks. These were going to be issued in all fallout shelters, which is why they're incredibly cheap today, where they used to be. They're getting a little more expensive. But they would have been effective in their day and age. They certainly would have worked. Back before we knew what we knew about these filters, I actually tested a few of these filters. And even though they went out of date in the 80s, and I probably inhaled some wonderful fibers from them, hopefully not. My lungs are fine from CT scans anyways. They worked. So these filters, even though they went out of date that long ago, they still I couldn't smell banana oil through them, so they were still blocking chemicals. Do not do that. I'm telling you now, these filters are not worth breathing through now that we are confirmed they have nasty stuff in them. Just get a more modern filter and use these for collecting purposes. No, having these in your house is not going to kill you. As long as they're sealed up, nothing like this one has the seal. I'll open it here in a minute for you guys. I won't open that end because that's where all the nasty stuff is. But I'll open this end so you can see. In theory, when these were made, nothing was wrong with using asbestos in the filter because the filter was well made. It wasn't going to leak fibers. In the 70s and 80s, in the Soviet Union, even today, they still like to use asbestos in Russia and some stuff. And in some stuff, it's a useful material. It just doesn't agree with human lungs, which is very unfortunate because it's a great natural mineral in every other way. But yeah, These filters do have asbestos. It's like an asbestos cardboard mixture that's in the bottom. Uh, it was very effective against fallout, and I hear like particularly warm particles. That's another reason asbestos might have been selected. But yeah, it's got, and then the activated charcoal is just like how any other filter works. Here, I'll unscrew this. I'm going to hold my breath.